Ah, ahoy there, buoys and gulls, and welcome to another Trippy Food live stream. This one I'm calling Val went to Jons Marketplace and all I got was this live stream. So for those who are unfamiliar with Jons Marketplace, and if you're not from Southern California, you are unfamiliar with Jons Marketplace. But Jons Marketplace is a very large grocery store that specializes in Middle Eastern, Mediterranean, and Eastern European groceries. Very well stocked. Lots of interesting things. I think we've done a lot of stuff on the show before, but you can always go in there at any given point in time and you'll find something. We are also, joined by Doodle, the Prince of Dogness himself, and a cast of thousands. So Jons Marketplace is so well stocked with unusual items from that area of the world that you can go in there at any given time and still find something new, which we did. Now, full disclosure, the soft drink today, the non-alcoholic beverage today, is not from Jons Marketplace. And the reason it is not from Jons Marketplace is because really the only Eastern European or Mediterranean beverages that I could find, I mean, there's some juices, like unusual juices, rose water, which you use for cooking, not for drinking. So there's stuff like that. But I think other than that, it's kvass, which we've done, I think, several times. We've done on some of the shows, and we've done on live stream. So I had this, which I got at Rocket Fizz, which is jalapeno pepper soda. So we're just going to work that in, but everything else is from Jons Market. Is actually from Jons Marketplace. Who do we got in the room? We got Miguel Rangel. We got Tom, old guy in Colorado, who is the early bird. We have John King. We have Donna Lauderdale. We have macaroon, which is either I'm not sure if it's one of the Goonie foods. So it's either Chloe or Haley. Not sure which. We have Janice Yamanaka. We have Eli. We have the room is filling up relatively quickly. Look at that. Oh my God, terminal cuteness. Look at that. Terminal cuteness. And yes, of course, we have Doodle. So I wouldn't neglect you, Doodle. Talk about needy. Look at this poor little dog. You're Haley. Oh, okay, Haley. Haley, is Chloe watching at all? Where's your mom? We haven't seen your mom in a while. Hey, Adam Hedges there. Hope your week has gone better than mine because I have been dealing with a hit and run that happened literally an hour after the stream last week. Holy crap. Are you okay, Adam? Are you physically okay? Wow, that sucks. I don't know where my mom is. Oh, well, she'll turn up somewhere, I'm sure. Hey, Val, what's the word? I'm glad you asked that, Joshua. The word for today is tardigrade. So today's word is tardigrade. And welcome to the room, Joshua Maxwell. Let's see who else. Everybody's saying hi. We're getting the niceties out of the way. We're starting the room actually pretty busy. So we just started. We got like 10 or 11 people in the room. So that's kind of cool. Oh, yeah, I'm okay. My parents had whiplash. My dad had to go to the hospital last week, but everybody's okay, Adam. Yes, I hope. Look at Doodle's like a little, he's doing his little worm imitation over here. He's just like squirming around all over the place. He's like, no, you can't pay attention to them. You got to pay attention to me. Poor little Doodle. Poor little misunderstood, neglected Doodle. So we have a really interesting wide variety of different foods. A lot of stuff in tins. Now I will also another caveat. So one of the items, and I didn't really specify the items. You could get them from the thumbnail, but I didn't really specify the items in all the messages that I put out. But one of the items is this, which is Belmont brand pork stew in lard. Now it's already open, and the reason it's open is because I'm not going to open. I know you guys would love to see this, but it's not how you're supposed to eat it. So I opened the can, heated it up because actually it was a congealed thing of pork meat suspended in coagulated lard. I know that sounds attractive, and I know that you guys would have fun with that, but really it's not how it's meant to be eaten. So I heated it up and I put it back in the can, just for looks. So we do have that. I don't know, that maybe that should be one of the first things we start because it'll be warm and we don't want that to get cold. So just dealing with the insurance right now is a work truck that hit. Oh, wow. That they're saying that they're not liable to pay, even though their worker said to the cop that he ran after he hit us. Oh, he hit us. Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, that's the worst. So I hope everything gets better, and I'm glad people are relatively healthy, with a couple of bruises and stuff, but glad everybody's healthy. Well, Joshua, we will I'll just put this up here for a second while I wrangle doodle over here. Let's see, a little chilly here last night, got down to 9. Wow. I think it's gone into the 30s here at night, but not too cold. It is Southern California, so although I would say I do remember some days in Southern California where the temperature went down to the 20s. So it happens. It can happen. I would say it's going to be in the 60s most of the week, 60s or low 70s most of the week, which is kind of cool. Hey, Edward Hanna, welcome to the room. Glad you can make it. Car's total was brand new. Got it at the end of May. It only had a little over 5 foot. Well, the good thing about a new car is it's not that much depreciated. So hopefully you'll get almost the full value for it, I hope. But still, it sucks. And if we can make your weekend better, and if we can improve your outlook today, we will do that, Adam. So thank you for spending some time with us, and we will make you feel better. We'll try to make you feel better. So as far as trivia goes, we do have our cards today. But as far as trivia goes, I thought because we are doing Mediterranean, Middle Eastern, and Eastern European foods from Jons Marketplace, that we would do trivia, Eastern European, Middle Eastern, what did I miss? Middle Eastern, Eastern European, Mediterranean trivia. So that is going to be our trivia today. And we have our cards. Well, Edward, you said you loved my and Janice's video. So after the show, Janice and I are going to be filming something else. So you'll probably see that in the next week or so. Another Janice Yamanaka episode on her channel, which ironically is called Janice Yamanaka on YouTube. So there we go. Florida, low 56 degrees. During the day, that's not bad. That's not bad. I mean, it can get cold in Florida too, right? At night, sometimes in the winter. 41 degrees is cold for us down here in South Texas. Yeah, the farther south you go, the warmer it gets. But it's been a rough couple of nights with both my dog and neighbor dying, and then my sister unexpectedly becoming pregnant. Wow. Well, Adam, again, you're with friends here, and hopefully, like I said, we'll keep things light for you and try to brighten up your weekend. So I will do my best, and I'm sure our community in the room is very friendly like that. So feel like you're with friends, and thank you for joining us today. It is the Doodle John King. He is particularly needy today, and I think it might be because he smells the food. Like for instance, I showed you this the pork stew. I showed you that. I opened it because I wanted to heat it up, and I put it back in the can. I'm sure he smells that, and he's going crazy. He's going like, I need to have that, but he can't have that because I think it has onions and garlic and stuff in it. Let's see. Ingredients: pork fat, contains garlic, onion, spice. Yeah, that's really, really bad for him. I do have a snack though. So let's see. Maybe he'll be satisfied with a snack. What do you think, Doodle? And off he goes. No loyalty whatsoever. He's just a snack dog. That's all he is. Anyway, enough about you. Well, Adam, yeah, but I just want you to know that you're with friends, and you're with people who care about you. So it's a rough patch to go through, and hopefully we'll get you through that, at least for today. We'll do our best to do that. What we can do today. So there you go. Did I miss anybody? Sonic Jet, we have not seen you in a while, but welcome to the room, Sonic. A little bit of housekeeping. A little bit of housekeeping. So I don't know how many of you follow us on other social media. We're on Facebook. We're on TikTok. We're on Twitter. What am I forgetting? And Instagram. We have been. With things, and I'm not going to get into a political discussion, and I'm talking to you, Sonic Jet. I'm not going to get a political discussion about it, but things are a little iffy with Twitter right now. So we have also joined Tribal, that's Tribel, and Mastodon, which is spelled like the prehistoric mammal. And so we have active and live accounts on there. So what I will do is I'll post on all of our sites, what our different social media stuff is and everything. But if you have not checked out any of our other social media, I invite you to do so, because we often put content on each of those that we don't put on the YouTube channel. So if you're only familiar with us from the YouTube channel, you know, we do different things on Facebook, different things on Twitter, different things on Instagram, different things on TikTok. So just keep that in mind, and I will give you the list of all our social media so you can enjoy us or shake your fist at us on those social media programs. Let's see. I've had computer problems. Had to get a new DSL high-speed internet connection. Well, you can't knock a DSL high-speed internet connection. So there you go. Senior review mirror. I missed Colorado. You missed Colorado? Tom, where are you? Are you not in Colorado anymore? He says, see you in my rear. Oh, well, let's see. I'm missing something else. You were talking to Miguel Rangel, and he mentioned that he said, what is that? Oh, Abilene. Oh, you were in Abilene. So you went to Abilene for a while, but you missed Colorado and went back. But you've been back in Colorado for a long time. Tom, are you always from Colorado? Or are you from somewhere else? Like, how long you been in Colorado? Let's see. The last time I encountered you was the time you were on Let's Peep This Out. I was surprised. Hope you're friends with Ian Kiner. No, I'm really not. I got on the stream and he said, hey, Val, hey, Trippy Food, yada, yada, yada. But that was it. So I have not heard from him. So, you know, he has an open invitation to contact me and so we can do something. But I've not heard back from him. So, you know, I guess the ball's in his court. So I would definitely do something with him, but have not heard back from him. So, hey, 999 Squad has just entered the room. Welcome, 9. We call you 999. You're just one short of 1,000, Squad. Was born in Denver. Oh, wow. Okay. So you've been in Colorado most of your lifetime. I love Colorado. Well, haven't been all over Colorado. I've only been in the Denver area. When I say the Denver area, I've been to Boulder. I've been to I think it's Golden. It might be the name of it. So I've only been in you know, places that are close by to Denver, or that you fly into Denver to go to. But you know, like it. Yes, Doodle is a good dog, Sonic. He's right now. He's I guess he ate his snack. So, you know, he's kind of hanging out waiting for more, and I don't have any more, and I don't think I have anything that I can give him. Let's see. I do have this cheese. Let's see. What is there anything in the cheese that he can't have? I don't think so. I might be able to give him a piece of cheese. So, but we'll have to wait, Doodle. Val, guess what I am drinking? You are drinking a Mickey's. That's my guess, John. You are drinking a Mickey's. But let me know if I'm correct or I am not correct. So let's see. We are at 1:13 p.m. We got a room full of people, a relatively large room full of people, and so we might as well start to get started. So we're going to start with our adult beverage, as always. I love the bottle, very interesting bottle, green glass bottle, weird shape. This is, I think it's called. I don't know if I'm going to pronounce these things right, but I think it's called Kilikia. I don't know. Anybody else who's Eastern European can tell me if I'm pronouncing that right. Kilikia beer. It's dark beer. And the brewery is the Yerevan Brewery Factory, is what they call it. It was founded in 1952 in Yerevan, Armenia. So this is Armenian beer. It says dark. It's kind of like a brownish red color, but it's hard to tell because it's in the green bottle. So this is what we're going to start with. Yes, Golden, if you come here, I'll show you the Black Canyon. It's beautiful. Maybe Bishop's Castle, too. I'm down, Tom. I will let you know. So I need to get back there. Last time I was, it's funny because last time I was in Denver, I just drove up to Cheyenne, Wyoming. And it sounds like it's so far away, but it's like, I think it's like an hour drive or less than an hour drive, just over the border. So that was fun. I think two state capitals in one hour trip. So that was fun. All right, so we are going to this is our adult beverage of choice today. And again, it is from Armenia. And we will ask our first trivia question. And again, our trivia questions today are going to be Mediterranean, Eastern European, and Middle Eastern. So Greek culture and Armenian cultures are connected to Russians. Well, everything in that part of the world are connected to each other, Sonic. So they're all connected to Persians, which is like Ottoman Empire, which is like Turkey, which is Iran, which is, you know, they're all connected. They're all connected. How is Julie? I don't know. Edward, last time I talked to her, she was doing well. She was down here for Day of the Dead. We saw her for a little bit for Day of the Dead, but I don't think she was on the last stream. Hopefully she will be on today's stream. She'll pop in and we'll see her. Time for 3 facts. So we'll do that before we do the trivia. So the dot over the lowercase letters has a name and it's tittle. The dot over lowercase letters. Just a dot. I'm not familiar with a dot over the lowercase levels. I'm familiar with a double dot, which is a umlaut, I think. 1 second. Must be that pork stew. 2, most Muppets are left-handed. That's interesting. Did not know that. Beyonce has a bug named after her. Its name is Scapita Beyonce, and it is a horsefly. I don't know if that's charming or insulting. So there we go. Thank you, Sonic. Thank you, Edward. Thank you, John. Thank you, Tom. Actually, that one's really interesting. I haven't heard that one before. It sounds German. I'm used to the Gesundheit, but that one's cool too. All right, so let's start with the first trivia question. And our first trivia question is this. What is Jordan's most visited tourist attraction? Again, the question, what is Jordan's, not Air Jordan, not Jordan Marsh, not Jordan Sparks, Jordan, the country of Jordan. What is Jordan's most visited tourist attraction? So we're going to put that on the map over there. Let me move these cards over here. And we'll get started with our beverage. And again, this is Kalikia Dark Beer from the Yerevan Brewing Factory, I think is what they call it. Where did I put Richard Simmons? Here he is. It's made up, my own German. Oh, okay. Sounds like a real thing. I don't know a lot of German. I'm going to save that. It smells like beer. Really an unusual color. It's kind of like a reddish brown color. See that? It is our patented Trippy Food Tornado beer glass. And so you can see we got a lot of foaming action happening here. Let's see. I brought a straw just in case, but I don't think I'm going to need it. Cheers. Wow, that's unusual. I think it's a 4.4, which is a little on the low side. You know, your average beer is going to be about 5, so it's a little on the low side. It doesn't have that alcohol bite. It's not bitter. There's a really weird, I'm going to say like almost a herbal or medicinal flavor underneath it. A very unusual flavor. Let's see, do they specify what they put in it? They do not. It's really interesting. I would tell you, it's an interesting bottle. It's a nice bottle, but this beer was like about $2 at Jons Marketplace. But it's nice. It's very light. It's cool. It's refreshing, and it has a unique flavor. So yeah, that's going to get a thumbs up from me. Got to go slower. You're going to see Clamato Val again. Let's see. Oh, Sonic was saying, I just Googled it. Yes, that's fair, Sonic. So again, for the trivia, we used to award points on that, and we just got tired of awarding points. So it's like we have an open point jar. So just reach in and grab it, whether you get the answer right or even if you don't guess. But the kind of rules of the game is we ask a trivia question. If you think you know it, you want to guess, throw it out there. If you want to look it up and throw it out there. Either way, it's fine. So we don't disqualify you if you actually look up the question or the answer. So today, the first question was, what is Jordan's most visited tourist attraction? Let's see what the guesses were. The guesses were, Miguel Rangel said Petra. Edward Hanna said the Royal Palace. Might be correct. I'm not sure. Janice Yamanak said Petra. Sonic said Petra. Janice is right. Tom says Kumquatia. That is the correct answer. John King says Dole or Petra. That, of course, is John's correct answer. Were there any other guesses? I love Greek food since we were talking about Mediterranean culture. I think we have some Greek stuff here. I think some of this is Greek. I'm not sure. They're from all over the place, so we'll get to it when we get to it. The correct answer is, in fact, Petra. So Petra, you've probably seen Petra. There is a, I believe it was built as a temple, so you've probably seen it. Petra itself is a city, and most of the city is carved out of the cliff, out of the red sandstone cliffs. So Petra, if you've seen, I think it was Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, that place that he walks into, it's kind of in a canyon, and there's this facade that's carved out of red stone. That's in Petra. That is the cathedral, the church that's in Petra. But Petra is a city, so there's other things to see in that area. But Petra itself, the whole city of Petra, is the most visited tourist attraction. It's also called Rose City because of the color of the sandstone that everything was built on. So Petra is the correct answer, and it was, again, probably featured in other shows and movies besides Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. I want to say that there was like a Marvel movie or something that also had it in it. So if you look up Petra, they just show the church is the thing that they show you, and it's immediately recognizable. But it is the most visited tourist attraction in the country of Jordan. So that goes back into the deck. Let's see, did I miss anything? Sonic is going beef heroes, falafel bread. Falafel bread? I think I've ever had falafel bread. I've had falafel. I've had bread, but not falafel bread. Lamb, kebabs, roasted veggies, okay, olives. Yeah, good stuff, all good stuff. Fruits and nuts. But what if someone took the entire pint jar? Well, we actually glued it to the table, so you can't actually take the jar. And it's relatively small opening, so it's not like you can put a full hand in there and grab stuff in there. You have to kind of like go like that and just grab little bits of it, take it out, a little bit at a time. So we try to discourage that. And then plus, if you're spending too much time in the jar, others will see you and call you out on it. So why does lamb taste so good? Must be the texture of the meat. No, it's the flavor of the meat. I mean, it's because texture is one of those things that they try to reproduce for like plant-based foods and plant-based meats, but you can't reproduce flavor. And so lamb has a very, very unique flavor. Some people don't like it. It can be really like a strong taste of meat. Some people don't like it. I love it. I like goat too, though, and goat can have a strong flavor as well. But yeah, it is really good, Sonic. It's one of my favorite meats. I had the chicken shawarma the other day. I don't think I've ever had chicken shawarma. I've had the beef shawarma, but I don't think I've had chicken, and I have to fix that. Hey, Dan Portnier is in the room. Getting a severe forecast of snow along the shores of Lake Erie tonight into tomorrow. You're getting no, they don't call it lake effect winds in there, do they? Do you get lake effect snow off Lake Erie? I know they do, like in Chicago, in the Chicago area, they get lake effect snow, but I'm not sure if they do off Lake Erie or not. So anyway, stay warm, stay safe, and enjoy the snow. So there you go. Chocolate covered turkey. That's kind of random, John. Was that in regards to something? Let's see. Lake effect snow. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of things that some people don't, can't relate to, like wind chill factor. That's another one. Here in Southern California, you say wind chill factor. People have no idea what wind chill factor is. It's just that when the wind is blowing, it can make the cold seem a lot colder. So, things like that. If you're from a northern place, you remember stuff like that. Let's see. My daughter Josephine and I will be enjoying the deep snow in the morning after church. Nice. Do you like shoveling snow, Dan? I love shoveling snow, and I don't have an opportunity to do that too much in Southern California, so I try every opportunity I get. All right, so I'm going to start with this only because I heated it up, and I have a feeling it's not going to be awesome when it gets cold. Now, it has the delightful name of pork stew in lard. Doesn't that sound good? Now, I was reading the thing, and I saw 210 calories, and I'm like, oh, 210 calories. That's not bad for something that they say is in lard. However, that's five. It says one can has 5 servings in it, so that's a fifth of a can is 210 calories, and calories from fat is 180. So basically, it's like 30 of those calories are not from fat, and the rest of them are. So this is something that you want to kind of eat sparingly. The fat is still liquid in there. And they call it pork stew, but there's no vegetables or anything in it. Again, the ingredients are pork fat, water, 2% or less of the following: garlic, onions, spices, salt, sodium nitrate, sugar, and flavorings. So I will tell you that when I heated this up, it smelled like Spam's grandfather. I mean, it was like it had kind of this Spam smell, but this like hardcore Spam times 5 kind of smell. So yeah, it still does a little bit. It still does have that little bit of that Spam smell. Snowball or shovel, you can get a nice sense of completion once you were done. Only Dan if they don't, if the snowplow doesn't come by and push everything back in your driveway. Must be good marketing. They're direct to the point. Yes, it is. Hi Val, if you want to shovel some snow, I can totally hook you up, bro. I love. I went to visit Julie. I think it was maybe it was last year in February. Maybe the year before. I think it was the year before. Went to visit her in Florida, and they did. I mean, in Massachusetts in February, and they did get some snow. And so she has a big driveway, and it's actually a slanted driveway. She has a big slanted driveway, and I said, "Well, I'm going to go out and shovel the driveway." And she goes, "Dad, we have a snow blower. You don't have to shovel the snow." I'm like, I want to shovel the snow. So, thank you, Tom, for taking care of that. I wonder if that's the same people who came in last week, but either way, they're taken care of. Tom, can you ban them? If you can ban them, they'll just change the name and come back in again. But either way. Let's see. Mods, do your thing. Yeah, they did, Edward. Oh, and Tom, I see you timed them out. Don't time them out. Just ban them. Just outright ban them. Yeah. Boom, gone. Thank you, Tom. All right, awesome. Or Janice, or whoever took care of that. So either way, Abe Simpson has just entered the room. Welcome, Abe. Good to see you. We just had a little bit of our beer, and we're starting in on our snacks, I guess. Hard to call some of these snacks. It's almost like a meal. It's almost like, honestly, we have a meal here, including dessert. Where did I put my dessert? Oh, there it is. Okay. Doodle's chilled out over here. All right, so we are going to do this next. That is interesting writing. It looks like it's Cyrillic, so I want to say it's Russian. Maybe it's Russian, but this is actually a product of the USA. So let's read another card. And again, if you remember, we are doing, because we're doing a Jons Marketplace show, we are doing trivia questions from Middle East, Mediterranean, and Eastern Europe. So the question is, what Middle Eastern dish involves wrapping grape, cabbage, or other leaves around vegetables, fruit, meat, or a seafood filling? Again, the question, what Middle Eastern dish involves wrapping grape, cabbage, or other leaves around vegetables, fruit, meat, or a seafood filling? So I'm going to put that on the tray over there. Let's see. Time out by mistake. No worries. Yeah, I think you fixed it, and it was banned. And it looks like Sonic is. I didn't see what Sonic posted, but Sonic, you've done this before, so whatever you're doing, stop doing it. All right. Golubki. Miguel, what is Golubki? I was saying something maybe, and you were referencing Golubki. All right, so we asked our trivia question. Oh, you're guessing the question. Okay. So this, again, this is from Belmont Sausage Company. And Belmont Sausage Company was founded by Walter Mulika in 1993 in Elk Grove Village, Illinois. So this is where it's from. Now, like I said, they do some sort of Cyrillic writing in here. I guess they market to Eastern Europeans, but it is actually made in the United States. Where is my eating utensil? There we go. I also, some of these things should be put on like bread. They're spreadable stuff. I didn't have any bread. And so when you don't have bread to like spread stuff on, what is the next suitable substitute? That's right, tortillas. So I do have some tortillas to put stuff on, but not very Middle Eastern or Mediterranean or Eastern European, but you know, when in Rome. All right, here we go. It's a nice big, look at that guy hanging down there. It's not as dense as Spam. It's not as finely ground as Spam, but it has that same flavor. A little bit lighter on the spices. And there's this kind of greasiness that kind of sits on your tongue. It tastes a lot better than it smells. It's not overly salty. There's not a lot of strong flavor on garlic, strong flavor on onion as well, but it's actually pretty good. This seems like it would be a good thing to make like a sort of ham salad. Although you might want to heat it up and kind of melt the fat out of it, because like I said, that it just kind of sits on your tongue a little bit. Again, it's not too salty. The pork is pretty good. And it does, like I said, it does taste better than it smells. It's actually pretty good. That's going to get, it's not awesome, so it's going to get a thumbs up, trending downward a little bit. Let's see if we can find a safe place to put that for the time being. Let's review our trivia question, which was, what Middle Eastern dish involves wrapping grape, cabbage, or other leaves around a vegetable, fruit, meat, or seafood filling? And the answers were, so Miguel Rangel said golabki. That might be right. What, Val? I'm not doing anything. I don't know what you're doing because your post was hidden or deleted. So I don't know what you're doing, but whatever it was that got you deleted or hidden, stop doing it. Because this is like the third time, and you know what they say about 3 times. 3 times the charm. And you don't want to know what that charm is. So you're an adult, so I don't really have to explain to you. You know what you've done. Let's see. Oh, you hit him by mistake, but you deleted his posting, and that was probably not by mistake. All right. Does anyone like the McRib sandwich? Yes, people like the McRib sandwich. I'm not one of those people. Oh, no, Janice did. Janice liked the McRib sandwich. Janice, you can answer for that one. I'm not a big fan of the McRib sandwich. We did a review of the McRib sandwich. Not a big fan of it. Let's see. Okay, so again, the question: what Middle Eastern dish involved wrapping grape, cabbage, or other leaves around a vegetable, fruit, meat, or seafood filling? Miguel Rangel said golabki. That might be right. Just under a different name. I don't see anybody. Did anybody else guess? Edward, you missed the question, but I just repeated it a couple of times. So I'm innocent. My attorney said so in court. Well, wrong court. It's a dollar-style burrito with peanut butter. No. Let's see. All right. So the correct answer is dolmas. I didn't see anybody else write dolmas. Dolmas are typically grape leaves. They're typically grape leaves, but they don't have to be grape leaves. They also call, like if you use cabbage leaves and stuff, they also call that dolmas. A single one is called a dolma. Multiple ones are called dolmas. And if you've never had them, I highly advise. One of the things that they don't mention is that sometimes dolmas, especially the grape leaf ones, they do have meat in it, but they also have rice in it. They put rice in it and everything, but really good. One of my favorites. Do love that. So that is that question. We will put that away and we will go on to our next snack. Let me see. How do I want to do this? I got a couple of sweet things And they may wait to the end on the sweet stuff. We might kind of do it like dessert. I think that's what we're going to. I wonder if it would be better warmed up. Were you talking about this warmed up, Tom? We did warm it up. We heated it up on the stove prior. That's why the can was already open. Did heat it up on the stove. I think maybe based on what you said, it's probably best eaten while it's hot. And I think the cooler it gets, the more that fat coagulates on it. And like I said, there's a lot of it in there. And so it's probably best to eat it while it's hot. Hey, Ice Hen 69 has entered the room. Welcome. Looks like a Dinty Moore beef stew can or can of tuna. Yeah, well, the thing is, it says stew on it, but it doesn't really look like stew, right? I mean, if you think about stew, you think about something like Dinty Moore beef stew that has like chunks of vegetables and stuff in it. That really doesn't. That's just, it's ground up pork with spices and fat and pork fat. So it doesn't really sound like a stew, but that's what they're calling it. I'm going with it. Val, does it taste like head cheese? A little bit, but it doesn't have that chewiness of head cheese. Because if you remember, head cheese is made with the head of a pig. So there's lots of like chewy bits like ears and snouts and stuff that's in head cheese. This does not have that texture of the chewy bits. So the flavor is probably close to head cheese, but the texture is nothing like it. So, it kind of takes it away from me. We're just canned pork. There we go. Let's see. I just call it stuffed grape leaves. Yeah, a lot of people do, Edward and Hannah. I like the Greek version. I do as well. Let's see. Janice did tell Sonic that she did it removed comments by accident. No, she said she removed him. She removed him by accident, but not necessarily removed the comments by accident. So, Janice, did you remove his comments by accident, or did you remove his comments on purpose, but you removed him by accident? Is that what it was? I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. I was busy eating and talking. It probably tastes good with Ritz crackers. I bet it does. Let's try this. It's not Ritz cracker. It's tortilla. It is not. It's not fried tortilla. It's not like a tortilla chip or anything. It's just a piece of tortilla cut into a corner, like you were gonna do that, like you were gonna make. It's better. I think it would make a good sandwich, personally. Let's see. Hit Sonic Jet by accident and removed his comment, and that removed his comments. Oh, okay, I see. All right. I was just nervous because Sonic has done this before, where we had to like remove a couple of his comments. So I just thought he was doing it again. But thank you, Sonic, and my apologies for assuming the worst. There we go. I think I'm ready to review a pizza night about now. Oh, right about now. Which pizza, Eli? If you're going to do a frozen pizza, even though Dave Portnoy has his name on frozen pizza, if he is supposed to be the arbiter of good pizza, and he's the one that is judging pizza and ranking pizza by how good it is, based on the one that he has his name on, the frozen pizza that he has his name on, it negates all of his reviews, because it is a mediocre pizza at best. His frozen pizza with his name on it is mediocre at best. So I prefer like Tombstone. What is Tom? What is the one with the mustache? The pizza with the mustache on the outside of it. That one's pretty good. I can't remember the name of it. Right. Did I forget anything? That means I'm on Chelada Val's level right now. Drink a glass of bacon grease? No, Tom, that's not. John, that's not going to happen. All right, we did snack, beverage snack. Time for another snack. Let's see. How am I going to do this? Let's get the hardcore stuff out of the way, maybe. Yeah, let's do that. So this is going to be our next one. Time to read a card. And the question is, who was the most famous resident associated with Bran Castle in Brasov, Romania? Again, the question, who was the most famous resident associated with Bran Castle in Brasov, Romania? And we're not looking for a fictional character. We're looking for an actual person. So who is the most famous resident associated with Bran Castle in Brasov, Romania? So that goes in the castle moat. And let's see, what am I missing? I know there's been a political time in America, but not here. I know Val just wants to focus on food and cultural discussion. I know the rules. Thank you, Sonic. Thank you very much. Screaming Sicilian. Thank you, Janice. Yeah, that's what I was looking for, Screaming Sicilian. Jack's Pizza is good for cheap pizza. Is it frozen or is it it's a pizza joint? All right. So we are going to do, the company is Riga Gold. Actually, the product line is called Riga Gold, and this is cod liver with cod liver oil. Now, cod liver and cod liver oil is good for you, but not in large quantities. In large quantities, it can be actually be bad for you. So we're just going to eat a little bit of this, but it's cod liver. I think it's the whole livers. I don't think they blend them or anything, and it is in their own oil. So again, this is Riga Gold. Riga Gold is part of Gamma A. Gamma A is the parent company, and they were founded in Riga, Latvia in 1995. This is a product of Norway, but the company is in Latvia. So this is a Latvian product, that being Eastern European. Let's see, what else did we do? We did the beer. We did the, yeah, okay. All right, good. So let's go ahead and open this up. French bread pizza. It's hard to find that from Domino's Pizza Hut. Well, the thing about French bread pizza, Sonic, is you want to make that yourself. I mean, that's easy enough to make yourself, the French bread pizza. You just do that in the oven, and it's probably going to be much better than what you would get at like Pizza Hut or something. That is a lot of oil, and that is cod liver oil that it's floating in. So let's see. We get a plate here. I just don't want to spill this all over the place. And let us get a chunk of cod liver in its own oil. That, I mean, look at all that oil. It looks like machine oil, though. It doesn't look like olive oil or anything, but you know, it's fish oil, so why would it? All right, let's just do this. Oh wow! It doesn't taste like liver, and it doesn't taste like, I mean, you know, if you think about beef liver or even chicken liver, it doesn't taste like that, but it also doesn't taste like fish. Now it tastes like seafood. It definitely has a seafood taste, but not like fish. It's really creamy. I'm not going to say it has a really strong taste, but it's not an offensive strong taste. It's really light. It has the texture of the texture. I mean, it falls apart easy enough. It's not quite pudding, but it's not firm either. It's somewhere in that middle area, like maybe like melted cheese, as the texture of melted cheese, except there's no chewiness to it and everything. It just kind of falls apart in your mouth. I'm going to give that, for me, I would say thumbs up. I'm going to kind of give it a thumbs up, trending downward, only because I think, like, if you guys were to try this and everything, you might find it a little bit offensive because it's very strong tasting. Like seafood has a very strong seafood taste, but the texture is really, really nice, and it doesn't really taste livery and everything. So yeah, I was going to say thumbs up, maybe trending downward a little bit. Let's go back to our card. And let's see, the question was, who is the most famous resident associated with Bran Castle in Brasov, Romania? And the guesses were, let's see. Icehand69 said Vlad the Impaler. Janice Yamanaka said Count Dracul. Miguel Rangel said Dracula. John King says Count Dracula. Let's see. Is that it? I think that might be it. I think that's it. All right. So yes, Dracula is technically correct, but Dracula is Dracula is kind of a fictional character. I know that he had kind of gained the nickname of Dracula, but Dracula was kind of like a thing that they called him. The correct answer was, as other people have already said, Vlad the Impaler. So Vlad the Impaler. There's no actually hard evidence. It's just that he is assumed to have lived in this castle, which is Bran Castle in Brasov, Romania, and it is now a museum where you can go. I think they call it maybe they call it Dracula's Castle. but the actual historical figure was Vlad the Impaler. You're all right. Just stick your hands in that point jar. Have at it. All right, let's see. What I miss? Wild Mike's Pizza is the best frozen pizza. I don't think I've ever had Wild Mike's, Adam, but I'm going to have to look for that. Take a sip of the oil. Again, a large quantities of that oil is not healthy, so I'm a little bit hesitant to do it, but we'll do a little bit of it. Cod liver oil. I think it acts as a laxative too, if I'm not mistaken. We'll see. If I have to get up really quickly, you'll know why. That's just like, it's oil. It just goes down like oil. It's but it's not greasy oil. It's just it I don't know. It's really strange. There's not a lot of flavor to it. There's not that same flavor that's actually in the liver itself. Kind of odd, but you know. Hey, I aim to please, right? So let's see. Where can I put this where I'm not going to spill this all over the place? I can't, because I'm me, and I will end up spilling it all over the place anyways, just because I'm me. So let's just see if we can put it over there, and if I can avoid knocking it over. Never had California Pizza Kitchen's frozen pizza. I think they're fresh. I mean, like if you go into a CPK and eat there, I'm not really that crazy, but it's okay. Like if you're craving pizza and you just want to, you know, something quick and everything. Some of them are not really that great. The barbecue chicken pizza is pretty good. Not my favorite pizza. So, you know, if I was to rate like California Pizza Kitchen in general, I would say like a thumbs in the middle, maybe even a thumbs in the middle trending downward, because they're not consistently good. But like I said, the barbecue chicken one, that's actually pretty good. Eli is asking, how is the kitchen smelling? Well, the kitchen, I did heat this up in the kitchen, so the kitchen was kind of smelling a little bit funky. But I will be honest with you. How many out there, show of hands, or just say like me, all right? How many out there have seen the episode that we did with Hakarl? If you're not familiar with Hakarl is fermented Greenland shark from Iceland. And so I think it was earlier this week, maybe Monday or Tuesday, the episode came out. And Eli had suggested, because Janice sent us a link where we could buy it online directly from Iceland, which we did. And then Eli made a suggestion and said, hey, why don't you make fish tacos with it, which we did. And if you have not seen the video, I invite you to go back and watch that video, because I was not prepared for the smell of Hakarl. I have eaten pastrami before. I've eaten durian before. I've eaten natto before. I've eaten stinky tofu before. I knew what to expect and everything. I had no idea what to expect with Hakarl. So if you watch that video, but I will tell you that smell, I tried Lysol. I had opened all the windows. I washed down all the surfaces and everything, and that smell lingered in the kitchen for days, probably for a week. There's still even like a little bit of smell left in there. So just a word of warning if you decide to try that. But I provided the link there. So if you actually want to try it, it's not really expensive. It's just like a small amount. It was maybe about $20, and I think the shipping was probably around the same. I think all in all, I paid about $30 for it to get it here. But oily to bed and oily to rise. Isn't that a Three Stooges thing, Iceland? I think wasn't there something? Maybe there was an episode, a Three Stooges episode that was called that. So. Cod and pork stew mixed with some spicy ramen noodles and CBD oil. Try it. That might work, because the cod isn't like really. It's not like you have this pork and fishy taste fighting it out. The cod liver doesn't have an overly fishy taste. That might work. I just have a feeling like one would cancel the other out, and I have a feeling it'd be the pork. I think if you mix those two together, that the pork is going to cancel out the cod liver. I don't know, but we're going to find out, aren't we? Yes. Okay, so it looks like most people saw it. Did Claudia forgive you for the smell? She did not. She didn't immediately forgive me. As a matter of fact, she walked in the door and she goes, "What does that smell?" Like immediately, what does that smell? And she goes, "I'm going out for a while." And she went out, and I still try to get rid of the smell, and it lasted days. So I think she'll generally forgive me for just about anything. So she will forgive me for it, but she's not going to forget. 3 subs away from 400. Oh, really? Tom is well on his way. Just as a reminder, Tom, old guy in Colorado, for those of you who don't know that he's Tom, we are on a quest to get him to 1,000 subscribers. And once he does get to 1,000 subscribers, he's going to eat live. He is going to eat Vienna sausage with raw oysters, with blue cheese dressing, with chocolate syrup. He's going to do that live. So let's get him to 1,000 points, because I know I want to see that. Let's see, did I forget anything? Val, have you ever had fermented beans? John, you may be talking about natto, not natto, and natto is they're Japanese fermented soybeans. And so the answer, I think, is yes. I have had. We have an episode. Let's see. Janice, can you do me a favor? Can you find the episode where we did natto and put the link in the chat so that John can check that out? So yes, I have had fermented beans, John. Natto. So, 5.12 subscribers. Wow, you're doing good, Val. Yeah, it's growing slowly. Sonic, I don't know if Sonic, were you around when we did our Trippy Food Ring of Fire 5,000? So once we hit 5,000, we did this Ring of Fire as promised. I think I promised you guys, and we did like really, really hot stuff and everything. But it's been slowly creeping up. So it's like 5,125, somewhere around that right now. So it's it's still going up. I guess our next goal is 10,000, but we're only like 125 into that next 5,000. So I'm not gonna focus on it. If you guys want to help, that's fine, great. But not there's not a push like we really did when we were getting close to 5,000. Portuguese do a lovely dish with pork shoulder and clams cooked in pork lard. Could use the liver in that. What is the ice fish? See if you can find the name of that dish. That sounds really interesting. I would like to try that. Try to find a Portuguese restaurant that has that. So there you go. I will travel to California to film the 1,000th episode. Tom, I have this horrible feeling that you want to travel to California to film the 1,000 sub episode so that I have to eat it too. We'll see. We'll see. Put some hot sauce on them oyster. Well, I think it's entirely up to Tom. Tom promised those 4 things. If he wants to add stuff to it, I think it's probably up to Tom. But he did definitely promise those 4 things. Normally, like hot sauce is kind of like if you want to hide the flavor of something, just put some hot sauce on it. Especially if you can find a Reaper sauce or something like that. The only thing is we're talking about some hardcore flavors, and so I think all hot sauce will do is make it painful and disgusting. So but again, it's completely up to Tom. He can add things if he would like, but he did promise those 4 things. So that's what we got so far. Yeah. Okay. So you did see the Ring of Fire 5,000. So here's the thank you, Janice. So Janice just posted the link for our natto episode, John King. So just check that out, and you will see us eating fermented beans. There we go. Porco Tejana, probably Tejana. That's like that Portuguese sounding sound. I will check that out, Icefish. Thank you very much. By the way, is John's Market related to Vaughn's Pavilion? Yes and no. So again, John's Marketplace was founded in Los Angeles, in downtown Los Angeles, by John Barbarian in 1977. And the reason it's called John's Marketplace is his name was John Barbarian. But the reason it's called it was John. The reason it's called John's Marketplace, Jons, is because his first store was in a Vons, in a former Vons. And so basically on the sign, he just changed the J to the V to a J to make it John's. So they have no affiliation with Vons, but like I said, he started his first store in what was a Vons, and so he just changed that first letter to J because his name was John and became John's Marketplace. So you're kind of right, but it's not related. It has no affiliation whatsoever with Vons. But mostly stop at Kroger's, Ralph's. Yeah, there was somebody. Kroger's was going to buy a big chain. I don't remember which one it was. Like Albertsons, I think. I think Kroger is going to buy Albertsons, make this huge chain. But you know, it'd probably make them the biggest chain in the United States after that point. Not really want fresh oysters. I'm not going to get them in Colorado. Oh, right. Okay. Yep, that makes sense. So you're talking about like shucking your own oysters, Tom? That sounds weird. Shucking your oysters. I caught you shucking your oysters. Um, Eli, Rocky Mountain oysters, something completely different. All right. They do, but no way they were. I'll eat them raw. I will tell you that LA Beast did an episode where he did eat a raw Rocky Mountain oyster. And basically he did it to piss off a bull. So there was a bull in the ring that he was going to ride, and to piss him off ahead of time, he just like took a bite of raw Rocky Mountain oyster. Inadvisable, and the reason it's inadvisable is not because for any health reasons, is that it is in this very, very thick membrane, and you've got to like, I mean, if you're just going to chew it, you're not going to slice it. You're going to chew into that. It's like rubber, It's really hard to get through. Let's see, Tom, what on earth is on the menu for? Oh, okay, so Tom, people are asking what's on your menu for today. Are you live streaming? For those who don't know, Tom usually live streams about an hour after ours ends, so 4 p.m. Pacific time. No sashimi Rocky Mountain oysters. Eli, it's funny you say that, because when I did Kamikaze Kitchen, we used to bring unusual ingredients to chefs, and they would have to make something for us. And one of the chefs, Kevin Meehan, we brought him bison testicles. So bison Rocky Mountain oysters. And he made smoked sashimi bison testicles. So you can eat them sashimi style. And they're surprisingly good. I don't know if anyone can find that link, but it's on Kamikaze on YouTube. If you look for Kamikaze Kitchen, there's an episode where we do bison Rocky Mountain oysters, and he does make them sashimi style, smoked sashimi style. So actually pretty good. Yes, live stream tonight. You might want to get back to eating the snacks. It's almost 2 p.m. Oh, thank you, Janice, keeping us on track. We start talking and stuff like that, and we do have a lot of snacks to cover. All right, so as long as we're on the livery porky stuff, let's do this one next. This is the company is Podravka, and this is liver pate. It is a product of Croatia. Let's read a card. Question is, what is the main ingredient of kalapecha? What is the main ingredient of kalapecha? Let's put that over there. And this is, the company, again, is Podravka. And it was founded in 1947 in, I'm going to say this wrong, Koprivnica, Croatia, by the Wolf brothers. And so it's been around since 1947, and this is liver pate. What kind of liver? It is pork fat, water, pork liver, salt, spices, onion. Contains milk. Where does it contain milk? I know. Oh, sodium caseinate. Maybe that's from the milk. All right. Best before, see end of can. I'm not even going to bother. Go ahead and open this up. No, it doesn't have a really strong smell. Now, this I'm going to have to put on a tortilla because, again, it's a pate. It's spreadable. So let's spread. Really creamy. I mean, most pate is like a little bit firmer than that. That's really creamy. Try that. Prost. Wow. Really, really creamy. Now, it has pork fat and pork in it, in addition to pork liver. This also does not have a strong liver taste. Now, you would think pork liver, I'll take that back. It has like a liver aftertaste. I don't know how much liver is in this, aside from other ingredients. It's really light. It's kind of odd. I'm not crazy about the texture because it's like really almost liquid. So I'm not crazy about the texture. Again, it does have that pork liver taste, that aftertaste. I'm going to give that a thumbs in the middle. You know, I just kind of want it to have a little bit more pork liver flavor than it just kind of misses. And I'm not really crazy about the texture of it. But it's pretty good. It's not bad. So yeah, thumbs in the middle on that one. All right, we got to keep things rolling because we got an hour and we have how many snacks left? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 snacks. Did we do 4 snacks already? 1, 2, 3. I thought we had. Oh no, yeah. So we're gonna do another snack and then we'll do our soft drink and then another 4 snacks. So the question was, what is the main ingredient of calapecha? Let's see. Tom says dollar flour. I'm sorry, John King says dollar flour. Janice said sheep's head and trotters. Edward Hanna said chicken liver. Sonic says good coffee, but I think he was talking about something else. It is, in fact, Janice is correct. It is sheep's head and trotters. The main ingredient, of course, is sheep's head. They just put the trotters in there for, a little bit more meat texture and everything. But it is sheep's head and trotters. It's cooked down sheep's head, and it is absolutely delicious. So we made it, but we made it with, we did not have a sheep's head. We had an alpaca head. We did it with an alpaca head. So, you have an alpaca head offhand, and you want to make that, we show you how on that episode. So we actually made it. Let's see, drinking Starbucks chocolate latte. Is that like hot chocolate, Sonic? I'm not sure. Have a frozen chicken dinner with bacon bowl with cream sauce. Frozen chicken dinner with bacon bowl. Like a bowl made of bacon or a bowl with bacon in it? Either way, it sounds interesting. Had Panda Express today, sweet and sour pork, tofu, and beef and broccoli. Some stuff at Panda Express is okay. Some stuff is not okay. But I don't like the noodles. The noodles kind of like overcooked and stuff like that. But there we go. Uneventful pate. I think you're right. Oh, thank you very much, Janice, for the Kamikaze Kitchen episode. Just a word of warning, I suppose, is that there's a lot of double entendre in that episode. I mean, a lot. And most of it comes from Chef Kevin Meehan. So, but thank you for posting that, Janice. All right, next on our hit parade, we best get a moving. We have an hour. I think we get time. So I have one more like savory thing. Then we'll get into the other stuff. So cool. I think we're good. I'm wrecking the place here. We'll put that up there for you to look at. And we'll read another question. And the question is, what? Ooh, where'd that go? There we go. What is Eastern Europe's most visited city? Again, the question, what is Eastern Europe's most visited city? France is not Eastern Europe. Germany is not Eastern Europe. Italy is not Eastern Europe. England is definitely not Eastern Europe. What is Eastern Europe's most visited city? So we'll put that one back on the map, and we'll move on to our next snack. Our next snack, let's see, how are we doing here? Gotten rid of a lot of stuff. This is Onassis brand, Onassis Foods. Onassis Foods was, and if the name Onassis sounds familiar, you're probably thinking of Aristotle Onassis, who was the Greek, I think he was an oil tycoon, if I'm not mistaken, and he married Jacqueline Kennedy after JFK was assassinated. I don't know how long afterwards, but that's where the name Onassis, his last name. I don't know if he's associated with the company or not. But Onassis Foods was founded in 1962 in Thessaloniki, Greece. Hi, Doodle. Doodle, you smell pork products, don't you? You do. You smell pork products. Doodle, the Prince of Dogness, everybody. For those who have come in late. Doodle, the Prince of Dogness. Doodle, I'm out of your snacks. I'm totally out of your snacks. And I don't think I have anything that you can have. Because I think all these things have garlic and let's see. Doesn't that have one in it? Salt. Yeah, I don't think so, Doodle. I'm sorry. Oh, is Mom home? No loyalty whatsoever. Mom's home and off he goes. All right. Again, this is from Onassis Foods, founded in 1962 in Thessaloniki, Greece. And this is okra baked in oil. Now, I don't know if you're supposed to heat this one up or not. It doesn't sound like it. It's okra. It's baked. It's already cooked. It's in oil. So I did not heat this one up. So let's just open it and eat it. How bad can it be, right? Sonic, everybody loves that dog. I'm convinced that some people watch this show simply in hopes that they can catch Doodle. They're like, oh, yeah, I guess we like you too, Val, but really we watch the show for Doodle. It's gonna make a mess. There we go. It looks like there's tomato sauce in it, maybe peppers. Now I can't check because the can is upside down. That would be fun though. I turn the can over to read it, and then we get okra, we get baked okra all over the place. It says in oil, but I'm seeing red stuff. I just don't know if that's tomato or pepper, like paprika or something like that. So we're just gonna try it. What's the worst that could happen? Ooh, that is really soft. For anybody who's had okra, even like stewed okra, fried okra, and everything, it has some texture to it. You know, it has a little bit of a bite to it, a little bit of chewiness to it. This one looks like it doesn't. This is just like cooked down. You don't need teeth to eat this. This falls apart in your mouth. It definitely tastes like okra. Okra Winfrey. Not that okra. Tomato. It's baked in oil. Not getting much of an oily taste. It's mild, not spicy. Definitely that okra flavor cuts through. It's an unusual texture for okra. I'm used to it being, you know, more of a chewiness to it, and it does not have chewiness to it and everything. But it's good. Like the flavor, like the tomatoey flavor and everything, and I like the fact that it has a different texture and everything. So thumbs up on that one. So let's go back to our question. And our question was, what is Eastern Europe's most visited? Oh, I cut myself. Look at that. Cut myself on the top of that can. Oh well. What is Eastern Europe's most visited city? Let's see what the guesses were. Sonic said Romania, but that's a country. Edward Hanna said Dubrovnik. Sonic said Berlin. That's in Germany, which is not Eastern Europe. At one point in time, East Germany might have been considered Eastern Europe, but I don't think it is now. I don't think Germany is considered Eastern Europe. Janice Yamanaka said Prague. Ice Hand said Moscow. Eli said Prague. Sonic said Czech Republic, which is the country, not the city, but that's okay. Tom said Quag, which is like I guess the kumquat capital of the world, Quag. John King says Dollar Prague. It's like the two of these are like competing. Like John King's signature word is dollar and Tom's is kumquat. So, you know. Miguel Rangel said Belarus. And it looks like those are the only guesses. I think most people got that correct. It is, in fact, Prague, which is in Czech Republic. So it was not Romania, it was not Dubrovnik, it was not Berlin, but definitely Prague. Prague in the Czech Republic. I hear it's beautiful. I've never been. I would love to go. I just hear it's absolutely stunning and absolutely beautiful. Doodle thinks it's Dinty Moore. Well, Doodle never had Dinty Moore. And again, Dinty Moore might have like garlic and onion, which is bad for dogs. So, you know, he's probably never had it. His tail was so cute, just wagging. Yeah, he gets all excited, Sonic. They have fake okra. I don't think it's fake okra, but it's just, it's not what what you're familiar with. I think what turns people off, a lot of people who don't like okra, because it's not really popular. It's not a popular vegetable. I think the people who don't like okra don't like the flavor of okra. So one thing I've always wanted to try is takoyaki. I don't know if I've tried that or not because I'm not familiar with what it is. I'm gonna have to look that up and if I have not tried it, it's going to go on my bucket list. So there we go. Oh, don't bleed. Well, it's just a little bit of blood. See that? The little red spot there? Yeah, just a little bit. It's okay. Doesn't hurt. Get a Band-Aid, clean it up, keep it safe. I'm going to pour some of that Armenian beer on it. All right, that goes back in the jar. Let's see. So we did snack. We have snack left. Yes, we do. And so let's go to our soft drink. And again, full disclosure, soft drink is not from Jons Marketplace. Again, because I couldn't find anything. I mean, I found some interesting stuff, but most of it was like juices and stuff. And I already had this, and I wanted to do this one. So this is actually from Rocket Fizz, and it is jalapeno pepper soda. So we shall see. Jen, have you or Tom done this one yet? This is my first time seeing it, but and actually they had like Reaper, and they had another one too. And I was asking the guy, I said, flavor-wise, and he goes, no, the Reaper one's hot, but it's not crazy hot, but it doesn't have a lot of flavor. So, always went with the jalapeno one because it has flavor. So we'll see. We'll be the judge of that. So the question is, what is the Ukrainian dish salo made of? Again, the question, what is the Ukrainian dish salo made of? That's S-A-L-O, if you want to look that up, which is permissible. All right, so again, this is from Rocket Fizz. Rocket Fizz was founded, again, by Robert Powell and Ryan Morgan in Camarillo, California in 2009. Not that old. I think we discovered that when we did, was it last week? I think we did a Lester Fixin's soda, that coffee soda, Lester Fixin's coffee soda. So Lester Fixin's is a product line from Rocket Fizz, but Rocket Fizz is the manufacturer. They just put their own name on it, Rocket Fizz. Warning, the soda is very hot. Your mouth may catch fire. Drink at your own risk. Well, it's liquid. Your mouth's not going to catch fire, but I think they're being figurative. Love me some fried okra. Oh, I do love okra too. And in gumbo, of course. Takoyaki are basically octopus fritters. That does sound good. That is definitely going on my bucket list. Eli says octopus balls, but from a male octopus maybe. Next time, wear gloves. Well, who would have thought that the can was going to attack me, John? I've never had that soda. Tom, did you say that you had it, or did you not have that? I didn't see there. Okay, people are guessing. That's good. All right, let's go ahead and open this up. I mean, it has Rocket Fizz on the cap, but I don't know if they all do. Like all the Rocket Fizz sodas look the same cap. But we'll save it either way. I dropped something. I don't know what it was. Maybe at some point in time I'm going to need it. Whatever it was. Oh, it was the lid to the pate. There we go. It's just dropping stuff all over the place. Almost smells like apple. That was stupid. I got jalapeno bubbles up my nose. See, does this actually have jalapeno in it? Let's see. Ingredients, which are too small to read. Ingredients: carbonated artesian spring water, pure cane sugar, citric acid, red pepper extract. Yeah, you can tell it's a red pepper. Red pepper extract, natural and artificial flavor, gum acacia, yellow 5, blue 1, flash pasteurized for stability and safety. Sounds interesting. All right. Just from breathing that in, just the jalapeno bubbles that went up my nose, I think it's going to be hot. I had jalapeno soda, but I don't think it was that one. They may have changed the label. Was it Rocket Fizz brand, Tom? Wow. It goes up the nose. It tastes like pickle juice. It's the citric acid they put in it. Like, why do they put citric acid in it? It makes no sense whatsoever. There's no sourness to a jalapeno. I don't know why they put citric acid. It tastes like lime. It's spicy. There's some spice to it. But that citric acid, it kills the flavor. So if there's a jalapeno flavor in there, you don't get it so much because of the citric acid. It's like tastes like lime juice. Tom, I would say that the Rocket Fizz soda that I really like, that I think they did a really good job on, is the black licorice one. I've never had a black licorice soda that tasted as close to that. All right, almost has a little bit of a jalapeno aftertaste, but not enough. It has some heat. It's not crazy hot, but it's hotter than ginger ale. It's not crazy hot. I think they ruined it with the citric acid. I don't know why they had to put that in there and everything, but it makes it taste like lime, and I'm not crazy about that. So I'm gonna give it a thumbs in the middle, trending downward. It's not offensive. It's not bad, but I wanted it to taste like jalapeno, and it doesn't. You know, as far as the soda goes, it has a decent heat to it, but you know, like I said, with the citric acid in it, it tastes like a citrus fruit. I lose the jalapeno. A little bit of a jalapeno taste at the end that comes in, or pepper taste. Not enough. Not enough. So yeah, thumbs in the middle, trending downward. So sorry. All right, let's read our question, which was, what is the Ukrainian dish salo made of? And let's see what the guesses were. Miguel Rangel said cured pork fat. Tom says salo is made with kumquats, silly man. Is it made with kumquats and silly man? Janice Yamanak said cured pork fat. Hey, Joe Ziller has entered the room. Welcome, Joe. Glad you could make it. Let's see. Somebody's talking about muffin pans. Those look like the only guesses. You are all correct. It is, in fact, cured pork fat. And the way you eat it is sort of like butter. So you take bread and you spread that on bread. It's like pig butter is essentially what it is. And it's really, really good. So if you ever had a chance to try salo, do so. Go sparingly, because it is pork fat. It is like pure pork fat. So that goes back in here. Let's see. Did I miss anything? Of course I missed stuff. Let's see. Jalapeno. Yeah, not jalapeno. Jalapeno. That's correct. I love some tartness in my soda. Otherwise, it tastes too round and sweet for my nut. Well, I don't like tartness in like a root beer, like a tart root beer. So it depends on what it is. Like maybe a tartness in, if you're drinking a green apple soda, you want that tartness. You absolutely want that tartness. But with this, it just don't work. So I had the alien. They had alien soda. I liked the plum soda was a good one. Alien soda also had the kumquat soda. Yeah, I think we did that together. We did the alien kumquat soda. We did do that. And for you to hate kumquat, that's something. Wish they would bring back Pepsi Twist. That was the Pepsi with lemon in it, I think. Yeah. Cooking with Shireen. Shireen. Cooking with Shireen. I'm not sure what that was in regards to, but there we go. All right, so time to do something stupid, because that's how we roll here. I'm not going to do a lot of this, just because this is kind of wacky. Probably could. Cheers. Check out her link. All right, I'll look it up. Thank you, Sonic. Got to throw some cod oil in there. I don't think so. Again, Eli, cod oil, it can be good for you in smaller amounts, but you can't have too much of it. That's why I'm kind of going sparingly on the cod oil. Is Fresca greenish? No, I don't think so. I think Fresca is, it's almost like kind of milky, a milky color. and it's kind of whitish, but I don't remember it being greenish. I used to like Fresca. Fresca, I think, was grapefruit flavored, if I'm not mistaken. Could be mistaken though. Never tasted chemical water. I'm pretty sure they don't taste like chemical spill in a bottle. I think you're correct, Tom. I'm so attracted to Irish Italian women. Wow. How do you know? It's so weird. Together, they almost cancel each other out. It's like a really nondescript drink. Not offensive at all. Still that citric acid flavor. The beer flavor is completely gone. It was a mild beer anyway. It tastes old. It tastes a little bit stale. It's not a great combination. It's not horrible either. Thumbs in the middle, I think. Thumbs in the middle on that one. It's not something I would drink again, ever. But, you know, we had to combine them because that's what we do here. Let's see. Fresca is sugar-free. Yeah, but what is it supposed to taste like? I thought it was supposed to be grapefruit, but I'm not sure. I know I have friends who have Irish Italian backgrounds. Yeah, but how do you know that without talking to them that they have Irish or Italian backgrounds? You know, I don't know that I would know looking at somebody like they're Italian and / or Irish. So somewhere out there, somebody likes chemical spill in a bottle, I'm sure. Yeah, well, either that or it's the novelty of it, I think. Maybe that's what it is. All right, so let's do this. So I've got sweet, probably sour, pickled. We have cheese, and we have our dessert. Now let's save that one for last. All right, so let's do this one next. This is actually from Jons Marketplace. They make this themselves. This is dehydrated green pomelo. So hold that thought for 1 second. Let's read another question. Which Eastern European city is home to the underground salt cathedral in the Wieliczka? That's how I'm going to say it. Could be wrong. In the Wieliczka salt mines. So which Eastern European city is home to the underground salt cathedral in the Wieliczka salt mines? That's Wieliczka. My pronunciation is probably way off. I'm probably way off on that. All right. Anyways, back to this. This is made by Jons Marketplace, and it's dehydrated green pomelo. Now, if you don't know what pomelo is I'm going to say it's a grandfather to grapefruit because grapefruit was developed from pomelo. So if you've ever gone to like the grocery store and you see something that looks like a gigantic grapefruit because they're like, you know, this big, it's probably a pomelo. They're not like orange, the shape of an orange. They're more like almost the shape of a fig. So they're kind of wide and they almost come to a taper on the top of it. And that's what a pomelo is. So this is dehydrated green pomelo. You probably can't have this, Doodle. It's got sugar in it. Yeah, pomelo skin. So it's the skin of a pomelo. Sugar, citric acid, good old citric acid, which finds its way into everything. Sulfur dioxide. It doesn't sound like a good Doodle snack. I might give you some cheese when I open the cheese. I might give you some cheese. And I'm not out of your snacks. Sorry. Ooh. Has like a fishy smell. That's weird. I don't like the smell. It could be the plastic container. Maybe that's what I'm smelling. Nope. Ah, that has a weird smell. I don't like it. It smells like melted electrical equipment. Not a good smell. You know what? It's not this either. What the hell is it? Maybe it's all together. I don't know. It's kind of weird. The individual pieces don't smell like that, but the overall smell is like that. Could be the plastic. I think it is. I think it's the plastic. You ever get like go to Walmart and get the plastic bags at Walmart? You know that smell that the Walmart plastic bags have? That's kind of that smell. I think it's the plastic. Meet Steve Saturday. Hope to see you later, folks. See you next Saturday, Val. I'll be logged in here, but away from the keyboard. Well, I know you got get ready for your live stream, Tom. Did you mention what you're doing today? Oh, uh, get ready for tonight. New York steak sandwiches on freshly baked bread served with asparagus and bacon bowls with mac and cheese and chocolate pudding for dessert. My God, that sounds like a 2-hour live stream today, Tom. So for those who don't know, Tom, old guy in Colorado, is doing a live stream at 4 p.m. Pacific time. What he listed right there is what he's cooking. I highly recommend it. It's a fun live stream. Check it out. Good luck, Tom, and we'll catch you later. Yes, Janice, I've been to the Salt Cathedral, and Zipaquirá is where it is in Colombia. So basically, it was an old salt mine, and they built a cathedral inside, and they have different rooms and everything. I have some pictures. I'll see if I can post the pictures somewhere on one of our social medias. It's a really unusual texture and a really unusual taste. The texture is like the fruit peels that they use for like a rum cake or fruit cake. It's almost like that texture of the fruit peels. It doesn't. It definitely tastes like a citrus fruit, but and then isn't that citric acid. Maybe they could have added on that one. The more you chew it, the more you get that citrus flavor, the citrus fruit flavor, and it's kind of like a candied texture. Those are really good, really unique, really interesting. That's a thumbs up. Those are really good. Now, it tastes like they have a lot of sugar in them. So I don't think you'd want to eat a lot of those, but they're really good. As a matter of fact, if you have a recipe that calls for fruit peels, that would be a good substitute, or just add those in. It looks like the white pulpy part of it is still in it, so it's the skin of the pomelo, but it's got a little bit of the fleshy part in it as well, and it's dehydrated. It's a really nice flavor. Thumbs up. It looks like sliced pickles. Maybe not so much up close. Let's see. I'm going to do this. Maybe a little bit. Thumbs up. That's really good. There's like little dry bits or something. It takes a little bit of chewing, but it was really good. Found the best cabeza taco spot, and a few days later, the best menudo spot in town. Oh, I love a good bowl of menudo on a Sunday morning, even if I haven't been drinking the night before. Went down to the salt mine in Salzburg. I wonder why they call it Salzburg. In Austria. It was a fun tour. Yeah, I'll have to find pictures of the Salt Cathedral in Catedral de Sal in Zipaquirá, in just outside of Bogota. I'll post this somewhere. Are you mixing everything together today? If we have time, I think we have time. Yeah, we have an hour left. We've got 3 snacks left. Yeah, I think we'll have time. Yeah. That's really good. All right, so the question was, what Eastern European city is home to the underground salt cathedral in Wieliczka salt mines? Let's see, what were the guesses? I think Janice said Poland. Edward Hanna said Estonia. Miguel Rangel said Poland. You're correct. It is Poland. It is Krakow, Poland, or near Krakow, Poland. It's probably the nearest city to it. It's Krakow, Poland. So you're all correct. Give yourselves a pat on the back and a shake of the hand and a hail and hearty handshake or whatever. Yes. Ramen noodle with menudo, Cleveland, Ohio. What? Cleveland. What are we talking about? Cleveland, Ohio. Not sure. A lot of Germans there. Oh, okay. Ramen noodle with menudo. That would work. I bet you that would work. Sonic. As a matter of fact, that sounds like a challenge. I'm going to try that. Ramen noodle with menudo. I bet it would be really good. Honestly, think it would be really good. they have instant menudo ramen. Yes, they do. We did instant menudo ramen. Janice, see if you can find that link. It was La Vida. I think it was called La Vida Foods. They had a menudo and a pozole ramen. So see if you can find that and post that. Food truck has a menudo. Yeah, and the thing is, I have not seen that in the stores, so it kind of disappeared. I hope they did okay because it was kind of a startup. This was a new thing they were doing, and they graciously sent us like a case of these noodles. I think we did them with Matt. So Matt did the menudo with me, and I did the pozole with him. But Janice, see if you can find the link for that one and put that one up. All right, let's go to our next snack. Let's see. Let's do the cheese. I want to do the cheese next because after that it's going to get kind of like strong, I guess is the word for it. So let's read a question. The question is upside down. The question is, what is the national dish of Russia? Again, the question, what is the national dish of Russia? That should be easy to look up. I got stuff all over the place here. I'm making a mess. This is halloumi cheese, the cheese that grills. So I guess you're supposed to grill this cheese. We're not going to grill it. We're just going to eat it, slice it and eat it. The company is called Pindos or Pindos. I'm not sure how it's pronounced. It was originally a 500-member cooperative founded in 1958 by 7 farmers from Ioannina, Greece. If you go to their website, the tagline says, "The tasty mountainous chickens, Pindos." The tasty mountainous chickens. And they got a giant mountainous chicken. I don't know how that works, but yeah, their website says that the tasty mountainous chickens. Now, this is I think it's a goat cheese. No, it's a sheep's milk cheese, and it contains mint. So that was the thing I found interesting. It's a sheep's milk cheese. You can see the little bits of mint in there. Well, you could if it's focused properly. You see the little bits of mint there and there and there. It has mint in it. I've never had cheese with mint in it, so this is going to be interesting. Here we go. Ooh, there's some liquid in there. I might grill this later. I don't have a grill here, so I can't grill this to show you what it would be like grilled. It has these like little flaps that you're supposed to be able to open, but they don't. Ah, there we go. Nope. That is like tape. I don't know what the hell's going on there. It's kind of messed up. That is really messed up. It's like this layer is just peeling off. All right, let's get out the scissors. Put it this way, I think. Almost positive I'm going to get this all over the place. Let's see if I can't slice off a piece without causing a national incident here. I think that liquid is probably whey. It's probably just sitting in whey. It's probably like a fresh cheese, you know, like cheese curds. There we go. Or like campesino cheese or a queso fresca. Queso fresca. Queso fresco? Queso fresco. I always forget how that works. No smell. Not even like mint. Oh, it's squeaky. Can you guys hear that? Can you hear the squeaking? I can hear it. But, you know, it's in my head. A mint is subtle. There's not a lot of mint in there. So you're not getting that kind of cooling effect that mint has. Has a little bit of a slight saltiness to it. I like the fact that it's not really dry and crumbly like feta. It is squeaky. That's interesting. But I'm gonna have to grill this. It kind of crumbles a little bit and gets stuck in your teeth. It's nice. It's mild. It's not like really offensive. It's a sheep's milk cheese, and sometimes those can be a little bit strong. This one's really not. That's a thumbs up. I really like that. You can hear the squeaking. Oh, you can't hear the squeaking. All right. Well, I guess that's good. Val, you should be the new Ninja Foodie Grill TV host. I haven't checked out the Ninja Foodie Grill, but I will have to check that out, and maybe I will be the new Ninja Foodie Grill TV host. I believe in Japan they eat raw chicken. They just quickly sear the surface to kill surface bacteria. Well, again, a lot of things are based on how things are handled. Like last time I was in Colombia, and I think other countries do this as well. The United States is probably one of the few countries that don't do this. In Colombia, if you go to the grocery store, the eggs are on the shelf. They're just on the shelf. They're not refrigerated at all. Eggs are just on the shelf. In the United States, they're almost always refrigerated. And I think part of the reason is, if I'm understanding this correctly, in the United States they wash the eggs, and in washing the eggs, because the egg shell is kind of porous, they can introduce bacteria into it. So they keep it at a low temperature. But in other countries, they do not refrigerate their eggs. Also, they don't refrigerate milk. So milk you can usually buy in bags that's just on the shelf. They're like sealed bags that are on the grocery shelf. So the United States is one of the few countries where always find the milk refrigerated, and you'll always find the eggs refrigerated. So it's kind of odd. Bought a waffle cone maker and used it like 2 times. Well, you know what, Edward, is get kind of innovative with that. Maybe try something besides just like a waffle cone batter. Try some different kind of batter, and just mess around with it. Because the nice thing about waffle cone maker is it makes a very, very thin waffle, so that when it's hot you can like wrap it around stuff. So I would try that. Just experiment with that and try different kinds of batter. Like maybe try like corn dog batter. See what that does. So it'd be interesting. I kind of wish I had a waffle maker. I don't have a waffle maker. I heard you can make eggs shelf stable if you dip them in mineral oil. Not too sure. I don't think so. Because I don't think the eggs, any of the eggs that I've seen, don't look like they've been dipped in anything. I think that, like I said, I think when in the United States, when they wash the eggs, they can actually have the bacteria go into the shell because the shells are actually porous. So I think that's what it is. Do try that, Edward, and let us know what happens. So let's go back to our question. Our question was, let's see, what is the national dish of Russia? Let's see. Where are the guesses? Edward Hanna said borscht. Miguel Rangel said pelmeni. Adam Hebb said chicken tartar. Janice Yamamoto said pelmeni. Ice Hand said borscht. Sonic said pryoshkis. Sonic said Russian meat spiced pies. You're all kind of correct, and some of you are very specifically correct. It is, in fact, pelmeni. So if you're not familiar with pelmeni, there are pastry dumplings, and they're filled with mincemeat. They're wrapped in a thin, like a pasta type of dough. And so I think there's a food truck in Portland, Oregon that has those and everything. They're really, really good. But that is the national dish of Russia. So let's see, how are we doing on time? We're doing great on time, and we only have 1 snack. We got 2 snacks left. All right. So let's do this one next. Let's put that one up there. We may have done this dish before, but not this brand. Let's read a card. The question is, and this one, I think this one's easy. What is the #1 tourist attraction in Greece? Again, the question, what is the #1 tourist attraction in Greece? And I don't mean it's sitting in a bowl of grease or a pan full of grease, the country Greece. What is the #1 tourist attraction in Greece? Now, let's get to this. The company is called Dietz & Watson, and these are freshly packed, firm and crunchy pickled tomatoes. Now, pickled tomatoes, you're typically not going to find ripe tomatoes. They're going to be unripe tomatoes because ripe tomatoes usually get too soft. And so basically, they take green tomatoes and they pickle them. Let's see, is this in a vinegar brine or a salt brine? Ingredient: fresh tomatoes, water, salt, and vinegar. Salt and vinegar. So it's going to be a vinegar brine. It's going to be a lot more sour, I guess. Maybe sour is the word. Dietz & Watson is an old company that was founded by Gottlieb Dietz and Walter Watson in 1939 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Let's go ahead and open this up and try one. How are we doing, Janice, we're doing okay on time, right? We got this and one more snack left, and we mix everything together. 2:40. Yeah, we're doing good. We're doing fine. All right. Has anybody had pickled tomatoes before? Pickled green tomatoes? Or how about fried green tomatoes? Does anybody have fried green tomatoes? There you go. All right. Definitely vinegar sour and salty. Really crisp, but again, you're going to use an unripe tomato, so it's going to be firm. Those are pretty good. Now, the pickled green tomatoes that I got before, I think Boobies, they make one. They're salt brined, so the flavor is a little bit different. They don't use vinegar. Flavor's a little bit different. I like those. They're very expensive. It's like $8 for a jar of those. Also, Jons Marketplace used to make their own, so you would just find them in like the little containers. But with Jons Marketplace, make their own. Those are pretty good too. This one, maybe a little bit firmer. Like maybe it has not been sitting in the vinegar in the brine that long, but pretty good. I'm going to say thumbs up, slightly downward, only because I've had better pickled green tomatoes. But it's not bad. It's just that unfortunately I've raised the bar and I've had better ones before. So this is going to be a thumbs up, trending downward slightly. Now let's go back to our question. And our question was, what is the #1 tourist attraction in Greece? And the guesses were, let's see. Ice Hand said the Parthenon. Jenny Yamanaka said Acropolis. Edward Ann said Aristotle Onassis' yacht. I wonder if they do give tours of, I mean, he's long dead, but I wonder if they do give tours of his yacht. It appears you can preserve eggs in mineral oil, but they have to be fresh laid eggs that extends the shelf life. Oh, I hadn't heard of that. No clue, obviously. How would those be fried? I believe they're battered. Fried green tomatoes are usually battered, and it's usually in cornmeal. So if you in the South, they're really popular in the South, and because they're really firm. Anytime you cook them, you're going to kind of break that down a little bit and make them easier to eat. But fried green tomatoes, if you would not try that, definitely find a place that does fried green tomatoes. I'm willing to bet, I may be mistaken, but I'm willing to bet that Cracker Barrel probably has fried green tomatoes. You might want to check on that. But if you're anywhere in an area where you can try fried green tomatoes, Eli, where are you from again? Where are you near again? I might be able to help you out with that. So again, the question was, what is the #1 tourist attraction in Greece? And the questions were the Parthenon and the Acropolis. Those are both correct. Janice Yamanaka is correct when she says the Acropolis is the Athenian Acropolis, and the Athenian Acropolis is a series of buildings, one of which is the Parthenon. So the Parthenon is in the Acropolis. The Acropolis is that whole area with all the buildings in it, and Parthenon is one of those buildings. It was built in the 5th century BC. So you're all correct. Arizona. Let me work on that, Eli. See if you can I'll find out, and then maybe next week I'll let you know. There's got to be some place. You're the Southwest and not the South. Might be a little bit harder, but I have a hard time believing there's no place to find those there. Maybe there's a cafe in Quartzsite that has their specialty is chicken fried steak. I'm willing to bet if they have chicken fried steak, they have fried green tomatoes, but I can't be absolutely certain. All right, so it's time for dessert. So let's put that up there so you guys can gawk at that. And let's ask our last question. And our last question is, let's see, which one of these do I want to ask? Yeah, let's ask this one. All right. What candy was invented in 1912 by Austrian Hermann Herrer, whose company was acquired in 1936 by Victor Bonamo, a Turkish American? So again, what candy was invented in 1912 by Austrian Hermann Herrer, whose company was acquired in 1936 by Victor Bonamo, a Turkish American? So that goes over there on the candy shelf. We're going to try these. Now, the company is Cross. They've been around since 1911, and this is rum Napolitanke. I'm not sure the exact pronunciation. Klaas was founded as the company called Union by Julius Koenig and Slavojub Duch. I could be pronouncing that horribly wrong. I probably am. In Zagreb, Croatia, which was formerly Yugoslavia. At the time, it was Yugoslavia. It is now Croatia. In the 1950s, they merged with several other countries, and then they merged under the name Josip Kras. And so now the company is called Kras. So this is a product of Croatia. Now, the name looks familiar. Napolitanke is basically the Croatian word for Neapolitan wafers. So you're all familiar with Neapolitan wafers. We've done them on the show. We've done durian wafers. But I thought these were really interesting because they're rum-flavored wafers. I've never seen that before. I've never seen rum sugar wafers before. So we're going to try this. This is going to be our dessert. Let's see. Yeah, let's use this. Have you seen the movie Fried Green Tomatoes with Kathy Bates? I have. I think, if I'm not mistaken, that there was a guy who was like a real jerk, and they killed him. And to hide the body, they served him as like barbecue, if I'm not mistaken. So I think it was like somebody talking about their younger years or something like that, if I remember correctly. It's been so many years since I saw it. I thought it was a decent movie. The weird one. How do you open this? Oh, I'm just going to destroy it. There we go. Oh, look, so they make it easy. They're all these little tiny individual little squares. And again, this is rum flavored. Let's try this. Smell like rum. Have you had a Piccadilly snow cone? I have not, Eli. Sugar wafer texture, sugar wafer general taste. The rum's a little bit subtle. For those who don't know what rum is, it's an alcohol made with sugar, so cane sugar. They ferment cane sugar and use it to make rum. So it's big in the Caribbean, where there's a lot of sugar cane plantations. I think Alexander Hamilton used to own sugar plantations in, I want to say, St. Croix. There's a very old rum factory in St. Croix called Crucian Rum. Make really, really good rum. But rum can vary so much. I like this because it's not like a breathy alcohol kind of rum. It's like a subtle rum flavor. It's really nice. It's a kind of a departure from other sugar wafers that I've had. What's a thumbs up? Some of those wafers, they kind of get a little bit, I don't want to say soggy, but they get a little bit of dampness in it, and then they end up tasting a little bit stale. But those are good. So that's going to be a thumbs up for me. Let's go back to our question. Our question was, what candy was invented in 1912 by Austrian Hermann Herrer, whose company was acquired in 1936 by Victor Bonamo, a Turkish American? And the guesses were, let's see. Edward Hanna said Hershey. Miguel Rangel said Turkish taffy. Janice Yamanaka said Turkish taffy. Was that it? That was it. You are correct. In fact, it is, in fact, Turkish taffy. The company was renamed Bonamo, so it was Bonamo's Turkish taffy. Now, I am ultimately familiar with this because we used to eat that when we were kids. If you ever had an Abba Zaba bar, it's very, very familiar with Abba Zaba. Now, it had disappeared for the longest time, but on my last trip to Galco's, which is a soda store, but they also have like old time candies and everything, I noticed that they had Bonamo Turkish taffy there. So it was very, very specifically, it was called, I've never seen any other product called Turkish taffy, but it was Bonomo's Turkish taffy because of the founder, I'm sorry, the person who bought the company and named the company was actually a Turkish American. So that's where Bonomo's Turkish taffy came from. So it was in fact Turkish taffy. You are absolutely correct. All right. So we come to the time on the show when we do something really stupid. Now this is going to be weird, especially because of the sugar wafer and the pomelo, but we're going to give it a shot. What is the best way to do this? Let's see. We got cheese, we got tomato. I think maybe we just do it in a bowl. I think we just maybe do it in a bowl. Let's do that. Right. So I got our bowl here. So maybe we could do this in the order we ate them. So let's start with our already solidifying pork stew, which I think, let me think, which one's going to have the strongest taste? Which is going to overpower everything else? I have a feeling the pork stew is. Let's get some of the okra with the tomatoes. A little fall apart in your mouth okra. Let's get that. Let's get our cod liver. And again, you want to be careful with this. You don't want to eat too much. So let's put a chunk of that in there. So weird. Let's get the cheese. Oh, Larry, the cheese. I don't know if this is going to crumble like feta, though. I don't think it's going to, but let's see. Oh, yeah, it does. Good. All right, that's fine. Let's crumble that up. And there's that whey at the bottom. Whey is a Southwest Enchilada native salt in summer snow cone with a cherry Kool-Aid syrup and chamoy and pickles. Wow, that sounds interesting. What am I missing? Oh, the tomato. Kind of chop that. A little goes a long way. That ought to do it. Okay, this is going to be weird. Let's see. Scissors. What am I missing? 1, 2, 3, 4. Our liver pate. Got a spoon here somewhere. Yeah, here we go. Again, not really crazy about the texture of this. Like liver ice cream. Trippy food of blender. We'll have to come up with a name for this. I don't want to use a reckless eating name for it. See, did I miss anything here? It's a good movie, a lot of narratives, sell it in summer. Okay. Seen it in a while, same here, Edward. The pork and okra together sound good. They do. The other stuff in there, maybe not so much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh. I got a bad feeling about this. This one just seems wrong. This one definitely seems wrong. All right. Yeah, not feeling good about that. All right, let's mix that up. Watch your finger. No, I'm not doing anything with any sharp edges now, so. But then I could put a little bit of blood in it, and maybe that would change the flavor. Let's kind of mix this up a little bit. Yeah, I'm a little bit hesitant about this. I have a feeling this one's not going to be great, but we'll see. Because there's some odd stuff in here. All right, here we go. Cheers. Get a little bit of everything. The dehydrated pomelo is the chewiest thing in there. I'm tasting the brine from the tomato and the sweetness from the pomelo. How anything can kill the taste of that pork, the pork stew is bizarre. So you get some more of everything in there. I'm not tasting the rum sugar wafer, that disappears. Bad. It's the pomelo is not too sugary. The sugar wafer is not too sugary. It's like all the other savory things kind of take over. You can actually taste more of the liver pate. Now what happens is the pomelo, because it's so chewy, when you're chewing that releases the flavor of the pomelo, which is really weird because it's sweet. So that kind of throws it off a little bit. It's too sweet for everything else. I'm gonna give it a thumbs in the middle. It's not horrible tasting. Oh, there's the pork. There's the pork. You know, I'm tasting that. I'm gonna give it a thumbs in the middle. Not horrible, but it just really tastes like the flavors. There's flavors mixed in there that just really do not belong together. So yeah, I'm gonna say thumbs in the middle on that one. I made a mess here, and there's a lot of food, so hopefully I'll be eating some of this later. But actually, pretty good stuff. So unfortunately, unless you're in the LA area, I can't recommend that you go out and check out Jons Marketplace. But if I know that there are Middle Eastern and Mediterranean and Eastern European groceries, even mostly some smaller ones, all around the country. So my suggestion to you is you go out and check these out. And if you see something that looks really unusual that you haven't tried before, just get it, try it. Let us know too. You know, because this will be up. You can leave a note in the comments as to what you tried and what you thought was interesting. And if possible, we'll go out and get it. We'll try to find it ourselves. I mean, people could always fly and visit Jons Market. It seems like an odd thing that you would fly all the way out here just to go to Jons Market. But yeah, you could. It's Jons, Jons. Again, the founder's name was John, John, but he just took advantage of the fact that it was that he opened it in an old Vaughn's Market, so he just had to change the V to a J. That's why it's Jons instead of Johns. But yeah, if you get a chance, I would definitely try that out. Definitely check that out. In the meantime, I get some weird leftovers here. Sometimes when I do leftovers, I do like a live stream leftover, which is an episode where I take the leftovers and I make something in it. This is just like too strange to do that with. So I won't be doing that. But I will be eating this stuff because I don't like food to go to waste. There's too many starving people, and I don't like to waste food. So I will eat. I can't think of anything here that I will not eat. I'll probably eat all of this. But well, I can see by the old clock on the wall that you can't see, that's up there, that we're winding it down now. We got a minute left. So we'll wind it down. Again, seems like we had a lot more people this week than last week. We had some people that we hadn't seen in a while. It was nice to have you in there. The holidays are coming up. So the next episode will be sometime next weekend. It'll be after Thanksgiving. I don't know if we'll do like a Thanksgiving themed one with as far as the food goes. And I'm not sure if it's going to be Saturday or Sunday. We'll figure. Oh, I think it's going to be Sunday because I think we're doing the We Go Main show with Matt on Sunday. So it won't be definitely Sunday, but we'll have to see about Saturday, whether we're going to do it on Saturday night. We might miss a week just because there's a lot going on. But maybe we'll do a Thanksgiving leftovers live stream. But either way, I appreciate you joining us today. It is always fun. It is always I mean, I live for this. I honestly live for this. This is like, I work all week, and then at the end of the week, I come in and I spend it with you guys, and I love that. It's a great group, a lot of camaraderie. I just love the community. I love what we've built here. So again, keep in mind, we want to get Tom to 1,000 subscribers so that we can watch him eat something really disgusting live. And also check out the other people who have channels, like Janice Yamanaka. Check her channel out. We're going to be actually filming something after this with Janice, but definitely check that out. And I thank you again for A, for getting us to 5,000 subscribers, and B, for just hanging out with us, and just, I learned from you, hopefully you learn from me, and hopefully we have fun along the way. So again, I thank you. I want you to enjoy the rest of your weekend, but do remember that it is crazy out there, so please be careful. Please take care of yourselves, please take care of others, and we'll see you soon. Thank you, everybody. Have a great weekend.